Welcome to the learning material of DFMEA versus PFMEA, presented by Sakti Auto. We now know what DFMEA and PFMEA are and why they matter. But how do we use them? Let's walk through the steps and then dive into real-world case studies that show the impact. Steps to implement DFMEA. Number 1. Reviewing the design. Understanding what the product is meant to do and how well it should perform. Number 2. Listing possible ways it could fail. Thinking about how each part or feature might stop working. Number 3. Finding out what happens if it fails. Look at how those failures could affect the user or the whole system. Number 4. Rating the severity, likelihood, and detectability. Giving scores based on how bad, how often, and how easily we can catch each failure. Number 5. Calculating the risk score. Multiplying the three ratings, S into O into D, to see which problems are the biggest threats. Number 6. Suggesting improvements. Recommending design changes to reduce or eliminate the most serious risks. Case Study 1. DFMEA, Cracked Steering Arm. Scenario. During routine load testing of a newly designed steering arm, cracks began to appear at specific stress points. The premature failure raised concerns about the integrity of the design and its ability to withstand real-world operating conditions. Action taken. A design failure mode and effects analysis, DFMEA, was conducted to investigate the root cause. The analysis revealed that the fillet radius in the critical area was too sharp, causing stress concentration and leading to cracking under load. Outcome. The design team revised the geometry, increasing the fillet radius to distribute the load more evenly and reduce stress points. Additionally, a higher-grade material with better fatigue resistance was selected to improve strength and durability. Case Study 2. DFMEA, Battery Pack Overheating. Scenario. An AV battery pack design was experiencing overheating issues during fast charging, raising concerns about thermal safety, performance degradation, and potential damage to battery cells. Action taken. A design failure mode and effects analysis, DFMEA, was conducted to evaluate possible design-related risks. The study revealed that the cell layout lacked adequate spacing and airflow, which restricted heat dissipation and caused temperature buildup during high current flow. Outcome. The design team implemented changes by reconfiguring the battery layout to include improved ventilation paths and optimized cell spacing. These modifications enhanced thermal management, ensuring safe and stable operation during fast charging cycles. Steps to implement PFMEA, Process FMEA. Step 1. Breaking down the process, looking at each step in the manufacturing process one by one. Step 2. Finding what could go wrong, thinking about possible problems that might happen during production. Step 3. Understanding the effects and causes, figuring out what happens if something goes wrong and why it might happen. Step 4. Rating the severity, likelihood, and detection, scoring how serious the issue is, how often it might happen, and how easily it can be spotted. Step 5. Calculating the risk score. Use the scores to find which problems need the most attention. Step 6. Planning improvements or controls. Coming up with ways to prevent problems, like updating work instructions or adding error-proofing steps. Case Study 1. PFMEA, Toolware in Boring Operation. Scenario: during production on the cylinder block line, the boring operation began producing oversized bores, leading to dimensional non-conformities and part rejections. This affected downstream assembly and increased rework. Action taken: a process failure mode and effects analysis (PFMEA) was carried out to identify the root cause. The analysis highlighted tool wear as a major factor contributing to the issue, coupled with inadequate detection methods for monitoring tool condition. Outcome: to address this, a tool life tracking system was implemented, along with automated alerts that notify operators before the tool reaches critical wear limits. This ensured timely tool changes, stabilized bore dimensions, and improved process capability. Case Study 2: PFMEA, Manual Assembly Slips. Scenario: on the final assembly line, there were recurring instances of parts being installed in reverse orientation, leading to functional issues, rework, and occasional customer complaints due to incorrect assembly. Action taken: a process failure mode and effects analysis (PFMEA) was conducted to assess risks in the assembly process. The analysis identified that manual part handling without visual orientation guides posed a significant risk, especially under time pressure and operator rotation. Outcome: to eliminate the possibility of incorrect installation, the team introduced poker yoke, mistake-proofing, fixtures that only allow parts to fit in the correct orientation. Additionally, color-coded labels and visual cues were added to guide operators during assembly, resulting in a more error-free process. Summary: DFMEA and PFMEA don't just identify problems, they guide us in preventing them. By applying these tools, we can build more reliable products, reduce costly mistakes, and ensure smoother operations. Let's start integrating them into our workflows for smarter, safer outcomes. Thanks for watching. See you in the next learning session.